Hello everyone and welcome to Data by Design. Today we are going to come back to the dimensions and indicators that we discussed last time to dig into the notions of representation and granularity. We had seen that dimensions can be expressed in the form of hierarchies, and we had taken the following example to represent a geographical axis. To work with simple diagrams, we are going to abstract from the values so we can draw objects that represent the different levels of this hierarchy. For example, we obtained the following drawing. The arrows read may be grouped by, hence cities may be grouped by states, and states may be grouped by country. As the arrows represent groupings, it is interesting to note that the further up the arrows we go, the fewer values there will be in the boxes. The number of values in the boxes are called cardinalities, and you will sometimes see symbols or numbers with the arrows that indicate this cardinality. We could of course represent other dimensions on this diagram, for example the time hierarchy in which the months are grouped by year. Here we obtain a simple and elegant representation of the two axes of analysis that we had used previously. From there, how to include the notion of measure. We have seen that dimensions and measures are very different, and to avoid confusing them, we will simply put the indicators in another format, in this case a circle instead of a box. For the arrows that start from the indicators, we will read them as can be aggregated according to. Hence, the population can be aggregated by city, that can be grouped by state, and so on. I make a small aside to specify that we are here in the case of a so-called conceptual representation. There is no question at this stage of physical modeling of a database. We will address this point in more depth in the future video. Back to our diagram. As we defined previously, the finest granularity to express a population is by city and by month. Now let's look to integrate a new indicator, for example the temperature. Since the temperature granularity is the date, we have defined a new level in our time hierarchy. It is also interesting to note that starting from indicators, always read the arrows as one-way streets. For example, for the population, I cannot come back to the notion of date. This gives me a valuable indication of the breakdown of the measures. A last interesting representation allows to display the possible breakdowns of the indicators according to the different dimensions. This is called an indicator per dimension matrix. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe or like. Next time we will rely on this representation to address issues related to the aggregation of measures. See you soon, stay tuned.